So once again, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I think that this just might be titled Music Update Part 2 or 3 or whatever else like that. And I just thought to myself before I filmed the first video, I might want to create another new show titled Music Update or Music Updates with NJ to the City. I don't know. We'll definitely see. But this probably will happen. You know, again, I'm creating new shows left and right on this channel, just like I create new song titles left and right, like I create new album titles left and right, and etc. Like I create new labels left and right. I mean, God knows my wild imagination is pretty brilliant. It's pretty wild and it's pretty, very much innovative, and it's just definitely God first all over the place in many cases, and so forth and so forth. But I definitely wanted to let y'all know that I don't know specifically what day in the last 2 or 3 months International Women's Day was, but I can assure you, just like you can see on this channel, that I'm currently making I'm still making the Women's Empowerment album. And again, most of those songs, a lot of y'all have already heard, but definitely, well, again, depends on how new you are to this channel and other stuff like that. But I'm definitely going to also make a International Women's Day album. Again, I've definitely said quite some times that, again, I'm a huge supporter of women, and, God first knows, and it's just definitely, again, it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's fantastic, and, again, I don't make all these love songs and all these tribute songs for, women for no good reason. I make it because, again, I love women, and a majority, if not all of them, love me to the ultimate God first, standards, peace, and etc. And that's definitely how, in majority of times, it is in my life. And I, again, very much thank the Lord for, again, all the beautiful people that He's blessed to be in my life, past, present, and future. And I definitely look forward to, again, learning, building, and growing with everybody to the best of our Jesus Christ salvation better tomorrow. Because, again, it's lit, y'all. It's the lit life with Christ, and that's definitely one of the top things that I, definitely, represent and trademark, of which I definitely, do and I own every day, And like I said, I definitely, when it comes to everybody that's misinterpreted my meanings or my actions or whatever else you misinterpreted, again, I feel sorry for y'all most definitely, because, while a lot of y'all are busy critiquing every move that I make, whether it's on YouTube or whatever platform it is, I'm still going to be continuously making music, meeting more new people, getting more positive reviews, more positive opinions, being invited here, being invited there. It's like saying, it's really, again, it's the same old day old story, that I really can't stand that so many people still fall on the negative end of. And God knows how I feel about that. I mean, we live in 2018 and there's so much garbage going on. It's just quite amazing how almost nobody bothers to, I want to say, positively speak up against it and try to, be that, again, peacekeeper, role model, and mentor, to be like, this is the true ways of how you really should be acting here, there, and pretty much everywhere, so forth and so forth. But definitely to the youth, that's what I already am. I've been. That's why I have so much respect amongst a majority of the youth, and etc. And the Lord knows, on my entire existence, I look forward to keep on doing that, even after the day on this earth that I die. John 3:16, no lie. You know what's up. That's my testament. That's my everything. So on and so forth. And to continue into that, it's just the fact, for example, other topics that I kind of wanted to get into with everybody is topics of, like, I won't get into it with this video, but because this video is definitely, just supposed to be for a music update, but most definitely topics of, like, trolling, all the negatives of bad trolling, and stuff like that. Because when I hear about all this trolling a lot of people do on the internet, it really makes me think to myself, again, do you really have nothing better else to do with your time and your life? I mean, if you're not going to, because at least the way I look at it, because at times, because again, I'm not saying I'm never in comment sections. I'm totally in comment sections. But I'm in comment sections spreading love, spreading peace, spreading God's glory and grace all the time. That's what I do. On Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, etc. That's what I do. I'm always talking about trolling for the negatives is what a lot of I see too many people doing, or I hear about too many people doing, and it really, actually I hear it and I see it, and like I said before, it really makes me think to myself, how spiritually saved and aware are you truly? with your relationship with Christ. And as I said before, I hate to judge that with anybody, but I'm telling you again, the evidence is literally right there. And that's why I'm definitely saying again, in today's day and age more than ever, we really need to again proceed with extra caution of everything we say and do, and make sure that we're not being negatively misunderstood. Because I'm definitely telling you, one of the biggest heartbreaks is being negatively misunderstood and seeing how left that could take you under the wrong supervision and other stuff like that. So once again, I definitely hope and pray that everybody stops their negative trolling, and definitely gets clean with Jesus, because again, we live in 2018. By God's grace, we'll keep on living for many more years to come. But I can definitely assure you that one of the top, theories I've always thought to myself is, let's prove to God how much, how worthy we are of continuously living, on for many more years to come. Because again, God can wipe us out tomorrow if He really wanted to, and other stuff like that, so forth and so forth. So I mean, because again, every day again is definitely it's a blessing, it's an honor, it's a gift, it's a privilege. Please start taking care of it and treating it as such, rather than just negatively wasting it and then wondering why again this culture is where it is. This, society is where it is, so forth and so forth. But yeah, in terms of, that was pretty much everything I wanted to say about the trolling mechanism. It was pretty much everything I wanted to say about that. Other than that, I wanted to say about, and this was probably going to go into Believable Faith Ministries. This topic will probably go into Believable Faith Ministries. What makes you a real man, and other stuff like that. Because again, I've definitely, again, I've heard it, I've seen it. Too many people who think they're real, but again, have instead bought into negatively waste lifestyles, and then wonder why they're never truly blessed as they should be, and etc. It's quite amazing. It's definitely quite amazing. A few other words I can add to it, but I'm not gonna add those words just yet. Again, you just gotta keep hoping and praying, and definitely again in your everyday life, go out of your way at times. At times, choose your opportunities wisely. At times, go out there and do what you can to make a hands-on effort with hands-on affecting positively somebody else's life towards bringing them to Christ, and etc. So forth and so forth. 7 minutes into this. Thank you all for listening, watching, and subscribing thus far. So just like I said before, a lot of new music coming soon. Some other songs, for example, if anybody's familiar with GE and their motto or their campaign slogan for imagination at work. Once again, shout out God bless to St. Johns County and St. Johns County School District and Allen D. East High School and etc. Because I made a song titled Imagination at Work, and I shouted all of you out in it. Why? One, I wanted to, and I can, for the most positive God first reasons. And then number 2, I love y'all, and why not? Let's continuously keep learning, building, and growing this stuff together. Let's continuously heal this thing together, heal society together with these initiatives towards a successful Jesus Christ salvation, better tomorrow. Definitely, again, got quite a bit. Once again, Victoria Draper. If anybody again doesn't know who she is, go look her up. She plays for Auburn softball. And she's a phenomenal young athlete, and I made a tribute song for her, and so forth and so forth. I've been scouting her for the good year or two, and she's phenomenal. She is absolutely phenomenal at softball. And like I say, definitely. Here's the thing, because I really, here's the thing. I have another song titled that I recorded today titled "Never See You Again," honestly, and just to let everybody know with that song. I feel like the flow I used, I really feel like the flow I use is very, very similar to one of some of our famous celebrities that you would definitely, it's either the exact same flow or similar to the flow, or at least in my mind, at least in my head it is. Honestly, I'm not gonna name specific names because I don't want anybody to think automatically that's just total disrespect. So I'm not gonna name any names, honestly. But definitely know, like I said, I try to sing really good when it comes to whether it's high melodies, soft melodies, whatever. I try to sing, as decent and as phenomenal as I can on every single record which I record. By the way, yeah, so you obviously, again, you see on this YouTube channel, you got playlists such as Character Counts, album that's continuously in the works. Shark Fest, tribute album for Ponte Vedra High School, and etc. So again, I hope to get these albums out definitely, or finish these albums completely before July is over. And if not before July is over, sometime sometime within July, August, or September. Especially knowing that football season's coming up, and you can definitely at these high schools you can get a lot you can get a lot more people there for football games than you can any other event. Other than basketball, definitely. But again, it depends on it depends on again who's playing, because I can assure you, for not every basketball event, was our gym filled up for not every basketball event. So it definitely depends on who we're playing and etc. You know. And one of the top things to everybody out there, no matter which grade you're in, I can assure you, like I say, one of the top things that once you meet me, and or if you just watch me on YouTube or Twitter, one of the top things you will learn from me, other than to hopefully be the best, the number one thing you will learn from me is how to continuously be the best walking embodiment of faith you possibly can. That's the number one thing I want everybody to learn on my entire existence. If you don't get anything else from me, get how to do that. Get how to truly love thy neighbor and be the best walking embodiment of faith you possibly can. Other than that, you will definitely learn I would definitely the number two, you will definitely learn how to look at bigger pictures from practically every single angle you possibly can, how to innovate with it with every angle you possibly can. And then number three, I would definitely say how to take constructive godly school spirit. Again, it's not too far-fetched to take school spirit. It's not. And it kind of irritates me a little bit to know that certain people keep pretending as if, it is. It's not. It's not hard to take take good school spirit, good pride in your school. You shouldn't, again, I said before, you shouldn't have to go to college or a private school in order to take pride in your school. You shouldn't have to. And and it's just honestly amazing where the culture and society is when it comes to that, honestly. And I'm trying to, with every school period, but definitely, with every school period, but definitely, the regular grade schools of, from elementary to middle to high, I'm trying to definitely, reestablish, what school spirit even means, honestly. Because one of the top things I can assure you that it seems like as soon as you graduate, it's amazing how many people don't care about coming back whatsoever for anything. And when I say for anything, like they don't come back for sporting events, they don't come back for for volunteering, they don't come back for anything, honestly. And the biggest question I will always ask is why. But again, I can understand. For some, I can understand why. Especially if you didn't have a good time in school, no matter what school you went to, I can understand why. In certain cases, I can understand why. But especially if you stayed local, I don't fully understand why. But again, like I said before, not everybody's experience at school was my experience. That definitely, and it's just as many people who are willing to get trained in how to take good school spirit. And again, it ain't really that hard, by the way. But anybody who's at least willing to learn how to do it, again, I'm your guy. That definitely, I take the most school pride in all these schools that you will ever see. I take the most school pride in, and again, I can definitely name them, and I'm gonna name them. I take the most school pride in Nice, PV, Creekside, Bassetti Bay, Landrum, Palm Valley, Valley Ridge, Fruit Cove Middle, Switzerland Point. I can't name all the schools, but I'm definitely trying to name as many as I possibly can. Mill Creek, Durban Creek, Julian Creek, Sebastian, Seong, and etc. There's probably about 7 more I'm missing, but for now that's just as many as I'm going to give you. But like I said before, I don't call myself the ambassador of St. Johns County for nothing. And it's reasons like that why I call myself the ambassador of St. John's, because most people probably wouldn't care about memorizing even 2 or 3. I'm definitely give a fair number at 5. Your rival school, most people at least know their rival school, so I'll at least give you that. But most people wouldn't even care about memorizing 5, of the schools in their district. I definitely can say from my opinion. Not say it's a fact, but from my opinion. Take care, more coming soon. Your boy, the man, NJ to the city, out. God bless.